Sports Network on YouTube right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about predictions for the US WNT roster for the Olympics, and now we're going to talk about the golfers competing in the Olympics. During Friday's episode, we talked about the golfers already qualified in the teams USA, France, Japan, Australia, Great Britain, Thailand, Sweden, and Canada. And I recommend checking that out. And now we're going to talk about golfers in other countries' teams. Still, no country has 4 players in the top 15. And what that means is that the top 15 players in the world are eligible for Paris, with a limit of 4 players from any given country. So keep that in mind. Like, the US has 3 players still. That is literally the only team that I can think of on the top of my head that has 3 players as of right now. But yeah, so no team has 4. Which it'll get interesting once some teams do. So before we dive into all this, I want to remind you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. Also, we get a lot of questions and comments that come from viewers during this show, so to ensure that your questions and comments get read on the air, use the link gsmcpodcast.net to put your questions at the top of the list. Also, I wanted to remind you guys to stay to the end of the show to hear about the past and current student athletes competing in the track and field Olympics and Olympic trials. So now that we got that out of the way, it is time to go ahead and talk about the golfers on the South Korea team. Okay, and I already am apologizing for pronouncing names incorrectly. Y'all know I'm so bad with names. It is a problem. Okay, Jin-Young Ko and Hyo-Jo Kim will be competing in the Olympics for South Korea. Jin-Young Ko's main strength are her incredible consistency in iron play, complemented by a strong mental game. She has shown an exceptional ability to stay calm under high pressure, which is crucial in high-stakes tournaments like the Olympics. However, occasionally her putting can be less consistent compared to other aspects of her game, which might impact her performance on unfamiliar greens, so that is something that she will need to pay attention to. In the past, Ko's track record includes multiple major championships, and she was a strong contender in the 2020 Olympics, finishing the top 10. She also held the #1 spot in the Women's World Golf Rankings multiple times, underscoring her consistent performances across seasons. Given her current form and past experiences, she is a strong candidate for a medal, potentially even a gold, if she maintains her usual level of play and manages to improve her putting. But compared to the other competition, I don't think that we will see her get gold, but I'm just saying that she does have a fierce competition for medaling, possibly. Hyo-Jo Kim excels in driving accuracy and has a very refined short game, both of which are essential on the potentially challenging Olympic course layout. Kim's performance can sometimes be variable in windy conditions, which could pose a challenge depending on the weather in the Olympics. Her 25th place finish in the 2016 Olympics was solid, and she has since improved significantly, demonstrated by consistent top finishes on the LPGA Tour. She is likely to improve on her previous Olympic performance with a strong possibility of a top 10 finish, and if conditions favor her, a medal is within reach, but I see her more in the top 10. For Spain, we have Carlota Ciganda and Azahara Munoz. Ciganda is known for her powerful driving and resilience on the course. Her experience on both the European and LPGA tours gives her a tactical edge. Consistency can sometimes be an issue for Carlota, particularly in her short game, with a 39th place finish in the 2016 Olympics. Ciganda has room for improvement. Her performance in recent international tournaments suggests she has been working on these areas, though. If she can harness her driving accuracy and manage her short game, a top 20 finish is likely, with a higher place impossible if she plays to her strength. Munoz shines with her iron play and putting, crucial for the precision required at the Olympic level. Her driving distance is not as competitive, which might disadvantage her on longer holes. She's shown she can compete with the best, evidenced by several top 10 finishes on the LPGA Tour, though her Olympic experience was less remarkable, to be honest. Improvement is expected from her previous Olympic outing, and a midfield finish is probable, with potential surprises if her short game does excel. On the Ireland team, we will see Leona Maguire and Stephanie Meadow. Maguire's main strengths include her exceptional course management skills and ability to perform under pressure, as seen in her collegiate and professional victories. Experience in major tournaments is less extensive compared to her peers, which could be a factor in high-pressure scenarios. A solid Olympic debut and recent victories on the LPGA Tour have shown she has what it takes to compete at the highest level. Maguire could be a dark horse for a medal, especially if she leverages her strategic play and mental toughness. Meadow is known for her accuracy off the tee and strong putting skills. Her performance in windy conditions and on particularly long courses can be challenging due to her relatively shorter driving distance. Her bronze medal in the 2016 Olympics demonstrates her capability to rise into the occasion. Another strong performance is expected with potential for a top 10 finish if she plays to her strengths, but I do have more confidence in Maguire. For South Africa, Ashleigh, Buhai, and Paula Reto will be on the team. Buhai's strength lies in her consistency and experience, having competed professionally since her teens. Now, she occasionally does struggle with putting under pressure, which could impact her scores in crucial rounds. Victory at the Women's British Open showcased her ability to compete against the best, though she lacks Olympic experience. As a newcomer to the Olympics, she could face challenges, but a top 25 finish would be a respectable outcome. I have more hope that she could finish in the top 10, though. Reto's aggressive play can be an advantage on scoring holes, particularly with her strong approach shots. Consistency has been a challenge, though, with fluctuations in her performance from tournament to tournament. Limited impact in her previous Olympic spirits, but she has shown improvement on the LPGA Tour. Bettering her previous Olympic performance is likely with a middle-of-the-pack finish expected. On the Germany team, we have Alexandra, Forsterling, and Esther Henseleit. Forsterling, an amateur standout before turning professional, is known for her precise iron play and a steady mental approach, both crucial for navigating the pressures of Olympic competition. As a newer professional, her experience in top-level international competitions is limited, which might affect her performance under Olympic pressure. Forsterling has had a strong showings in collegiate amateur competitions, and her transition to professional events has been marked by promising performances. Given her lack of experience at this level, expectations might be moderate. And not really lack of experience, but lack of experience compared to the other competitors. However, her technical skills could lead to a surprising upper midfield finish if she depends quickly on the Olympic environment. Esther Henseleit has a well-rounded game, particularly strong finishing abilities on the greens. Her win at the Ladies European Tour's Order of Merit in her rookie year highlighted her potential. Now, inconsistencies in her long game can sometimes put her at a disadvantage in more challenging courses. She has shown she can compete with the best, though her exposure to the pressure of Olympic-style events is still untested. Her strong competitive spirit and good form might well see her achieving a solid top 20 finish. For the Mexico team, we have Gaby, Lopez, and Maria Fassi. Lopez is celebrated for her resilience and clutch putting. Her performance in major tournaments, including a win at the 2020 Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions, demonstrates her ability to handle pressure. However, occasionally her driving accuracy can falter, which could pose a problem on courses that punish off-target tee shots. Lopez finished 31st in the 2016 Olympics and has since matured significantly as a player with consistent performances on the LPGA Tour. With improved consistency and experience, Lopez is poised for a top 15 finish, and her knack for rise to the occasion might even push her toward a top 10, but I do see her more in the top 15. Maria Fassi is known for her extraordinary driving distance, and she brings excitement to the course, which could be an advantage on longer Olympic layouts. Her aggressive style sometimes leads to her higher scores on the complex holes if her risk-taking doesn't pay off. While relatively new to the professional scene, Fassi's collegiate career was stellar, marked by winning the NCAA individual championships. If Fassi manages her game wisely, she could finish well. Expect her to potentially land in the top 25. For the Netherlands, Anne van Dam and Dewi will be on the team. Van Dam is arguably one of the longest hitters on the European Tour, which gives her a considerable edge on longer courses. Her short game and putting can be less consistent, sometimes negating the advantage gained from her long drives. While not getting major contender in LPGA events, her performances in Europe have shown she has the talent to compete at a high level. If she can leverage her driving strength and improve her short game, a top 20 finish is possible. Weber has demonstrated solid play on the Symetra Tour with a good balance between her driving and putting. Experience at the highest level is limited, which might be a factor in the pressure-filled Olympic setting. While still seeking her breakthrough moment, Weber's steady play in smaller tours suggests potential. Competing in her first Olympics, a finish in the top 20 would be a respectable outcome, providing valuable experience for future competitions. But I do have a lot more hope that she could maybe be in the top 15, perhaps. Lastly, for Singapore, we will see Shannon Tan on the team. As a newcomer to international competition, Tan's strengths are yet to be showcased on the world stage, but her qualification indicates capability and fundamental golf skills. Lack of experience in top-tier international competitions could be challenging, especially in an event as prestigious as the Olympics. Participating primarily in regional tournaments, her Olympic debut will be her introduction to global competition. The experience will be crucial for her development. A finish in the lower rankings is likely, but the exposure and experience will be invaluable. So we're now going to move on to the next segment where we talk about the roster for the AUX second series. But before we begin, we are going to be taking a very, very short break. So I will see you guys very soon.